So before I totally act a whole donkey up in here, I just stand up and I get up. I'm like, what's up, man? They're like, well, we're not saying that you did, but somebody told us when they was passing the collection plate around, you kind of put your hand in there and took something. Got this white guy over here want to be a hero, where he stretched his arm against the door like, you ain't going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. I guess he trying to get his forearm up under my neck. So I bent down on him like, right? He like, oh. I said, I ain't take no motherfucking money, man. I put $5 in that motherfucker. What you talking about? So I pushed him, right? Like, man, bag up, man. Over my head and body slammed him to the ground and said, boom, boom. Listen.
Oh, shit. Here we go again. Oh, shit. Here we go again.
All right, y'all. So I started hanging out with one of my female white coworkers, right? And she asked me like, hey, Donta, have you ever been to a Catholic church? And I'm like, nah, I haven't. She was like, would you like to come with me to church? I'm like, yeah, sure. Why not, right? So when we get there, I felt out of place off the rip. Why? Because I kid you not, it was over maybe 70 white people, maybe 10 Asian type of people, and I was the only black guy in there. Okay, now I'm not saying there's something wrong with that. I'm not saying that at all. Okay, diversity is good, but when you the only colored that's in there, all eyes is on me. So, and I came in there just like this, y'all. Black tee, Jabot jeans, Timberland boots. So I go in there and I'm like, okay. And, she introducing me to people. I'm like, okay, what's up? And, all that, give them, cash pounds and all this and that, right? So the first thing that happened before this big brawl took place, okay, nobody told me that in communion, when they give you the crackers and they give you the grape juice, I'm thinking that it's a snack. So when I'm seeing people getting them, I'm like, oh, okay. So I've never been to a church where they give you snacks, right? But I'm seeing people get one or two. I'm like, okay. So when it came to me, I held it down and I just got to chugging like bam, 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 right? Because they was like little cups, like little cough drop. When you put medicine in the cups, the like syrup, NyQuil or whatever, it's a little cup like that. I'm like, this ain't gonna fill me up. So I'm hitting like boom, 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 right? Down a thing of crackers too, bam. So now there's a white lady to my right that I don't know, and then there's my white female friend that's right here to the left. The white lady looking up, she turned red, right? And my friend, I guess she didn't notice it. Then she was like, hey, you can't do that, right? I'm like, what? She was like, no, this is communion. I'm like, what do you mean it's communion? What you mean? She's like, you supposed to just take one and pass it down. Like, this is for the symbolic thing of the body of Christ. I'm like, my bad. I didn't know, right? So I passed it along, right? So that was that was on me, y'all. That was my bad. But I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know. So I'm gonna say about 15, 20 minutes go by. Everything it's cool. The priest get up there, he singing some hymns or whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever, man. Now this is where this story takes a dark, dangerous turn. Okay, so it's the offering time. Now, I've been at places where, churches where they come through with the collection plate or whatever. So keep in mind, y'all, and I honestly believe that I was stereotyped, okay? Because obviously the color of my skin or whatever. But they come through with like this broomstick with this basket or whatever, and pass it down or whatever, right? And I'm seeing people putting, I get my little $5 or whatever. I put my little $5 out. I'm about to put it in the basket. So they pushing this thing through, right? I put my little $5 in there, right? The lady to the right seen me put my $5 in the basket. Bam. Right? And then the basket keep going. Why about 8 minutes go by and now they sing a hymns again or whatever. Two ushers come behind me, and there's an usher on the right of me, and then the usher coming this way to the left where old girl at. And they like, hey, could you come with us? And I'm looking forward, but I see them in my eyes. I'm like, and then you talking to me? They're like, yeah, could you come with us? But the way that he said it, it was like kind of stern. I'm like, nah, what's going on? They were like, we really want you to come with us right now. I'm like, right now? See, let me tell y'all something. You can ask me to do something, but if you try to be demanding, see, I'm a prison dude, okay? I'm an ex-convict. You speak to me with respect, right? So I'm like, for what? What does this matter? Now, my voice may have elevated because I'm irritated. I'm trying to listen to what this priest is saying. And you got these 4 white ushers up on me. I'm like, what's happening? What's up? They're like, you need to come with us now. I said, man, hold the fuck up. Yeah, it was my bad, y'all. I need to work on my temper. And I may have cussed. I didn't mean to, but I did cuss. I'm like, man, hold the fuck up. Who the fuck you niggas talking to? Right? So now everybody looking. I'm talking about people faces turning red, people looking like what's going on over there. So before I totally act a whole donkey up in here, I just stand up and I get up. I'm like, what's up, man? No, they like, just come with us, please, just come with us. So I'm like, all right. So, my white female friend, she's like, hey, what's going on? What do y'all want with him, right? I'm like, hold on, chill. I got this. Because believe me, I got this. If it turns physical, I got this, right? So I'm walking over here to the right. So we go to the back of the church, right, where the double doors at, whatever. I'm like, what's happening? What's up? They like, well, we got to report that you took some money. I said, what? They're like, well, we're not saying that you did, but somebody told us when they was passing the collection plate around, you kind of put your hand in there and took something. I said, I ain't take no motherfucking money, man. I put $5 in that motherfucker. What you talking about? They're like, shh, calm down. I'm like, man, no, fuck all that. What you mean I stole? I ain't steal nothing. They're like, look, we're not saying that you did. I said, no, but just why y'all pull me out of service? I'm trying to hear what the priest. They're like, can you please lower your voice? I'm like, I'm not lowering my motherfucking voice, man. Somebody about to get hurt up in this motherfucker, man. Man, get the fuck out my face, right? So one of the white guys like, hey, chill. I said, man, no, you chill. And I punched him, right? Now, listen, y'all. Listen. I may have overreacted, okay? But they picked me out of everybody and said that I stole from the collection plate. So I pushed them, right? Like, man, bag up, man. Because they was all in my space. And my rule of thumb in fighting, if you is in my arm length right here, you getting punched out. You getting socked out, right? So I pushed him like, boom, man. I'm like, bag up, right? So the other guy come over here to the right of my shoulder, like, hey. When he put his hands right here on my shoulder, my arm stiffed it up, activated, and said, boom. And I followed it up with a left. Boom, right? So the other white guy was like, hey. So I grabbed him by under his nuts, right? Because he had like this robe on. So I grabbed him by his nuts and his throat, and I picked him up over my head and body slammed him to the ground and said, boom, boom. Listen, y'all. I know. But before we go on, y'all, do me a favor. Y'all hit that like button and hype the video up, okay? Now, I know some of y'all wonder, like, Donta, come on, man. You ain't do all that. Yes, I did. Let me tell y'all something. Right now, I might got a warrant for my arrest. So if y'all don't see me uploading for a couple of days or a week, just know I'm probably might be going to jail for assault, okay? But I'm going to get out. I got the bond money, all right? But anyway, so I body slam homeboy to the ground and go, boom, put my boot all in his chest, right? And then the other white guy was like, oh, wait a minute. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do that. I was like, listen, I ain't steal nothing. And you motherfucker. And then the other guy was getting up from the guy that I body slammed. And I kicked him in his chest. Boom. Right? And he just fell completely out. And the other guy was like, come on, man. Come on, stop hurting him, man. Don't hurt him no more. I said, listen, I'm about to get up out of here. All right? Oh, this white lady come through. Oh, call the police. Somebody call the police. Right? So you got the doors opening up and, it's other people coming this way. I'm getting nervous, y'all. I'm like, this is the Twilight Zone. I don't know what is going on. Right? So I'm backpedaling and, you got this white guy over there that want to be a hero or whatever. Hold on, y'all. You got this white guy over here want to be a hero and he stretches his arm against the door. Like, you ain't going nowhere. You're not going nowhere, right? And my white female friend, she right here like, Donta, stop. Donta, stop. I'm like, no, get off me, man. He talking about I stole something, and they tried to attack me, right? So the white guy, I kind of felt bad for what I did now to him, but he should have never got in my way, y'all. I felt cornered. So I'm like, get the fuck out of my way. He like, no, you gotta wait for the cops. I said, wow, right? When I socked him out and he hit the floor, it's like I got dogpiled. It was women, teenagers, and men that rushed me, right? Now, when they rushed me, I hit the ground, right? But I'm throwing, boom, boom. I'm giving everybody surprises, pow, pow, reaching up, boom, right? But they overpowered me. So this one motherfucker tried to get up on my back because now I'm on my side, but I'm going to my back. And somebody trying to choke me out. Somebody trying to rear naked choke me out, right? So I guess he trying to get his forearm up under my neck. So I bit down on him like, right? He like, oh, let me go, right? So when he's yelling and screaming, people getting up because I guess they thought I probably pulled out that sword of justice and got the poking, right? But I didn't. So he let me go. I wiggle up out of there, right? I bust open the door. I grab my female white friend arm with her wrist, like, come on. I yanked her out the church. So we power walking, right? We power walking to the car. She's like, what happened? Well, I said, man, they talking about I stole some money. You were sitting right there. She was like, why would they say that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that, Donta? I said, you was right there. What you mean? Why would I do that? She was like, Donta, why would you do that? Why would you steal? I said, I didn't steal nothing. You was right there. So she was like, oh, Donta. So I said, you know what, man, bump that, right? So I took her keys and I locked her out the car and I just took off. Listen, y'all. Y'all let me know. Did I overreact? Because y'all would know better than I do, okay? Did Donta overreact? Or I was rightfully right in doing what I did? Let me know in the comment section, okay? Another thing, y'all. If you ain't signed up for my Patreon, make sure you sign up for my Patreon. I got the link pinned at the top of the comment section. All right. All my exclusive stories is over there that I can't put on this channel. OK. My Bible stories over there. My supernatural podcast is over there. The prison stories that I can't put on here is over there. All right. So y'all make sure y'all sign up for the podcast. Also, for my gamers out there that like the game, I started a gaming channel. OK. I'm going to have the link to my gaming channel pinned at the top of the comment section, too. All right. And for those that want to see Donta act in real time, I got my skits. I started a skits channel and a short movie channel, too. So I'm going to have them links pinned in the description and at the top of the comment section. And last but not least, if y'all want to send your big partner Donta a gift, the Cash App is right there on the screen. It don't matter if you send me $1 or $1 billion. It's all appreciated. With that, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. And I'll see y'all on the next one. And no fighting in church. I'm out.